Hello, I'm Mark Davis, and we're here today at the Metalcraft Tools Skill Center located in Crossville, Tennessee. Here at the Skill Center, we offer a number of different courses, including metal shaping, some MIG and TIG classes. We also offer a hot rod chassis dynamics class. But one of our most popular classes is our custom coating application classes, and that has to deal with powder coating and performance powder coating. What we do is we concentrate on creating a sterile environment, creating the type of finishes that you would see in the automotive industry in the high-end cars. So we spend time showing you how to prep pieces and be prepared to go out there and color sand and buff them and make them look like a show car finish, the European finishes of the 80s with deep clears on them and multiple colors. Now, we're going to cover a lot of different things, and some of the things that we're going to cover will fall into the business side of the industry. Some things will fall into the mechanics of how to prep and get parts ready, but some of the stuff will be on just hands-on application, using the guns and going out there and getting your hands dirty. Okay, some of the things that we'll cover in the classes include marketing and job costing. Overhead is a big issue, and understanding what it's going to cost you to do business is a big issue when you're going into a brand new business. We'll cover quality control, what it's going to take to be able to come in and make your customers happy and you to make money also. We'll talk about customer relations and preparing contracts and doing proposals to go out there and put together different types and different levels of proposals together for you to go out and get business. We'll also spend a lot of time with shop layout, where we'll go out and we'll spend time showing you where each piece of equipment needs to be placed and how the equipment should line up and what the codes are going to be in your area and what the fire marshal is going to look for and what the EPA is going to talk about. We're going to spend time with each of those issues. Then we're going to get into custom coating applications. We'll talk about coating materials. One of our new partners is DuPont, and in the DuPont program, they've got a book that they will give each student that covers just about everything that you need to know about powder coating. And we'll have DuPont technicians here to answer your questions about all of the powders and the way the chemist looks at these particular powders, how they react to temperature and heat, what powders you would use outside, inside applications, what you would put on a performance vehicle, and what you would be expected to put on something that you wanted to last a long time out there in the elements. Another thing that we'll cover is how to mechanically clean something. We'll spend a lot of time with sandblasters and different types of mediums. We'll spend a lot of times with just sandpaper and cleaning methods and what you'd have to look for to properly prep something to go out there and powder coat it. Another thing that we'll spend a lot of time with is substrates and the cleaning processes, the chemical side of things. What it would take to use a dip tank system, or if you was going to use a closed loop pressure washing system, or you was going to do just a pressure washer outside, and the chemicals that it would take in a spray to waste situation. And we'll talk about the cost of each of these and how important it is to know which system to use. Another thing that we'll cover is new technology, stuff that's coming on board. Right now we're currently working with DuPont on putting together a system called vacuum metallization. Vacuum metallization is a process that you actually apply powder and put it in a vacuum chamber and bring it up to temperature. This process will duplicate as close as we possibly can to the actual chrome that we see on the bumpers of cars for years and years, and you won't have the environmental issues of the chroming process. These powders can be put on in nickels and chromes and magnesiums and coppers and brasses. Real neat colors, real neat applications, but it's the future. Another thing that we're going to work with, and one of our newest partners, is Nordson. Nordson has supplied us with the state-of-the-art SureCoat gun, and it's a box feed unit, and it's something that probably the majority of all guys going into business use. Anytime that Nordson does an online school or has any information that's new, it will be in your hand within days. Another thing that we're going to talk about is the color sanding techniques and some of the newest innovations in painting. Going out here and putting base colors on, using the Lollipop DuPont, a list of colors to where you would put on the candies and the pearls and stuff, and then go back and use clear coats to finish them, color sand them and buff them just like you would a car. These are high-end polyurethanes that will last 5 to 10 years in exterior finishes. It also gives you an opportunity to change what you would do on the inside of your car and some of the interior treatments that you would put inside a car or on a motorcycle or on a frame. We have a lot of textures, we have a lot of veins, we have a lot of hammered colors. You'll get an opportunity to test and apply every one of these in a class. We'll do multi-color changes in our color gun where you will get an opportunity to go in there and take the gun apart, clean the gun, put it back together. You'll be able to bake things and cure things. We've got the state-of-the-art equipment so you can find out if you've cured something properly. We'll do some things that are wrong, and we'll do some things that are right so you can see the difference in the operation. We'll also talk about masking techniques where we spend a lot of times masking. One of the things that we've been involved in the last 2 years is using graphics as a masking opportunity. This piece right here that you see is all done with powder. And this particular piece is done with a base coat, a color coat, and then a top coat clear. And as you see, your imagination will be your limit on where you can actually take this. You could put flames, you could put all kinds of different graphics and stuff, do multicolors with powders, and come out with a high-end finish. Biggest thing that we want you to know here is Metalcraft Tool Skill Center is a dedicated training facility. We've got many partners that are involved with us. Blastidol, Hotsy, we've got DuPont, a list of powders. We've got Nordson. We've got Transair. We've got Industrial Metalcraft. And we've got Knox Ovens. All of these people stand behind the training that we're doing for you today. We're not an industrial job shop. We are a dedicated training facility to bring information to you. Our website will forward information to you every day. When you go on there, you'll be able to find information. We're in the information business, and Metalcraft Tool Skill Center will see to it that you get what you need to be a professional powder coater in the high-end performance coating market today.